Hi there, everypony. It is I, Evie. I'm one of the soon-to-be voice actors of My Little Pony Ronpa, Despair of Magic. You may also know me as the voice actress who played Birdo in Zombox's Mario Plush series, Out of the Box. But I'm not alone, because today I'm sharing the spotlight with the other helpers from My Little Pony Ronpa, Despair's Magic server. Please go ahead and introduce yourselves. In case—
Hey, I'm MCCL. I'll be helping with decoding, beta testing, and 3D modeling for this project.
Hi, I'm GamingMechanic, artistic tutor of this passion project.
Yo, it's Akito. I mostly help with the storytelling and the writing aspects of the project.
Hello, my name is Flip, and I'm one of our proofreaders and moderators.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Tabii, one of the moderators of this very lovely project.
In case you are wondering, My Little Pony Ronpa Despair is Magic is a fan game inspired by My Little Pony Friendship is Magic and Danganronpa. After Twilight gets a letter from Celestia to investigate the Everfree Forest, she gets trapped in a killing game with 3 of her enemies and friends. That sounds interesting, right? Well, don't you fret, everypony, because as we speak, we are now opening auditions for everything. But in order to do it, we need help for certain bits and pieces. That's what our fellow moderators will explain.
Thanks, Evie. Hey, it's Akito, again. Here's what specific abilities and requirements we're asking for future writers. First of all, we want someone motivated and interested enough in the project for it to bloom into something incredible. We can't go much further without some pony willing to put the work into this, do we? Second, the writers need some kind of knowledge about the franchises we want to make a fan game of. The deep lore of the 4th generation of My Little Pony, as well as the premise and intricacies of the Danganronpa series, can be kinda niche to some people, even though both of the communities and fandoms are vastly popular. While we don't require you to know everything about each, we want writers with a fair amount of knowledge about at least one of the 2 series. The third requirement we want from you is to know how to use Google Docs while working together with others. It might sound weird for us to ask, but you never know. Plus, there will be multiple individuals working on the story of the game, so it's useful. Finally, we value people with some experience in writing, of course. We don't expect you to be a professional writer or some sort. Far from that. We simply wish for someone willing to help us out with different aspects of the story we are trying to tell. If you're a fan of literature or storytelling, as far as you would write stories of your own, it's good enough, especially if you have for a long time. Don't be afraid to tell us what's wrong or add some of your ideas for the plot, as long as you have both the passion, the creativity, and the insight to create a fun and intricate story for the game. That was all for me. Take it away, Evie.
Thank you for your explanation, Akito. But for now, let's continue on with what we need for proofreaders and for what we have. Flip, take it away.
Hello, my name is Flip, and I'm one of our proofreaders and moderators. For the proofreaders of this project, we ideally want people who aren't deterred by lots of reading. An eye for detail and a good understanding of writing conventions are key skills for this role. This includes things like knowing the difference between there, and there. Also, we need people who can keep a secret. We don't want spoilers getting out, do we?
Thank you very much for your explanation. But for now, let's continue on with our voice actor.
Hello, it's Tabii again. Here is what is needed to audition for voice actor. First, you would need to check in with the director in the cast list to see who's available. Second, you would need to go to VoiceLines and record your audition. Lastly, you would need to submit your voice file/video that comes with the Google Doc that can be found in the description for voice acting auditions. Send it to us and patiently wait for feedback. As for requirements, we do ask that you have clear audio with little to no background noise and a decent mic. It doesn't have to be professional or anything, just enough to hear you clearly. This should also be a given at this point, but we do politely ask that no AI is to be involved.
Hello, it's MCCL. Here are the requirements for programmers and coders. First, this game will be made in the Unity game engine, so coders will be required to have some knowledge of the C# coding language. Before we start working in Unity, it is important to have the same version to avoid compatibility issues and improve workflow. Second, this game will be made using the DR editor, an editor designed specifically for making Danganronpa fan games within Unity. It's required for a coder to have patience when learning how to use this editor. If you have a coding problem you can't seem to figure out, I'm willing to help with any issues or questions you may have. You don't necessarily have to be an expert, just someone who is willing to learn and stay motivated. Lastly, it is important to set up a GitHub account if you don't have one already. Sometimes people will lose major progress on a project because of unforeseen circumstances, such as a computer crashing and erasing the work they have already put in. To prevent this, GitHub will be used for online storage of the code, and it is a great way to keep track of everyone's progress on the project.
Hello there. My name's GamingMechanic, GM for short. Now when it comes to the artistic requirements of those wanting to work on this fangame, there are a few, but both are equally crucial. First off, a strong grasp on the art styles of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and Danganronpa are essentially mandatory. Whichever way you lean more towards, or decide to combine them to certain capacities, it's entirely up to you. But the main dev of this project has the final say, and I'm more than willing to offer any guidance regardless of how the dice roll. Second, having some prior experience in creating sprites, cutscene stills, etc. is a serious advantage to have if you're wishing to enroll. Sure, we may not be able to pay anyone brought on board for their work, but the fruits of the elbow grease of those with the time can and will be vastly appreciated.
Thank you very much, GM. Now let's... Hold on a sec. Huh? Very well then. Let's bring MCCL back in then.
Hello again, I'm MCCL, and here are the requirements for 3D modelers. We will be using Blender for all of the 3D models, so it's recommended to have some experience with this software. Much like coding, you also don't have to be an expert here either, just willing to learn and stay motivated. Making a 3D model has many different aspects, such as modeling, shading, texturing, UV mapping, etc. If all of these seem a bit much at first, I'm happy to help you review the basics.
Hello, it's me, Tabii again. I will also be covering musicians. Yippee! Here's what every pony will need if they place audition for a composer/musician. Before anything, please, again, no AI of any kind to be involved. You may use Bandcamp, GarageBand, or any music-related recording software for your submission. Similarly to voice acting, you will refer to our DMs in Discord to submit your audition and patiently wait for feedback.
Hey, I'm MCCL, and I'll be handling the beta testing for this project. Beta testers will be required to find any bugs and share constructive criticism before the official release of the game. Of course, no spoiling or sharing of the contents of the game with non-beta testers is allowed. If anyone would like to become a beta tester, please contact me at MCCL in the Discord server using the link in the description or the main bio.
Thank you all for tuning into this massive update, and thank you all of the ponies who helped during the video. MCCL, Tabii, Flip, Akito, and GM. Also, let's thank every pony who joined our wonderful team and those who might do it in the future. We are all excited to have you invested in this, whether as a part of the crew or as a bystander ready to support the project in any way you can by sharing this video with your circle. If you have any questions for this upcoming project, or even better, if you're willing to participate in any shape or form, please message or text the creators via Discord. The link will be available either in the description or pinned in a comment below. Thanks again to every pony who took the time to watch this lengthy video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content and updates in the future. Also, don't forget to join our Discord server. That was the My Little Pony Ronpa dev team. And we'll see you next time.